Acho, what are your thoughts on Dick Vermeil's criticism of Deshaun Watson?
I hate it. Absolutely hate it. The problem, Marcellus, and I'm going to go broad, I'm going to come and narrow back in.
Okay.
We live in a society, we live in a country, we live in a world that says to be older is to be wiser. We live in a society, we live in a country, we live in a world that says if I am richer, I'm probably smarter. When the fact of the matter is, that's not true, and that's an archaic train of thought. See, we live in a world, and football exists within that world, which simply says, if I'm older than you, then I should be able to make the decisions. I should be able to call the shots. I shouldn't even really seek your input because what do you know? When, if we're being honest, Deshaun Watson, the quarterback, we already know that if the quarterback and the head coach have a great relationship, that yields winning. So why in the world would we not want to? Not even have to. Why would we not want to take the advice of our star quarterback? Because being real, Deshaun Watson has seen highs. Dabo Swinney, one of the best college coaches, football coaches of this generation. Deshaun Watson has seen lows. Bill O'Brien, one of the worst coaches of this generation. So Deshaun Watson, he's seen the full spectrum. He's seen great, he's seen terrible. I would want to get the opinion. I would want to seek the advice of Deshaun Watson. And it's not a matter of having to, it's a matter of that is in the best interest of the organization. So we have to get rid of our archaic trains of thought which say, oh, well, you're older, so you must be wiser. No, you're older. That just means you live longer, big dog. I don't like what Dick Vermeil had to say.
Wow, I didn't expect that take, but I like that take because it was true to what you believe and what you see of this world. Now, mind you, it sounds a little biased because you are 30 years old, but...
Am I old or young?
You're young.
Okay.
I mean, based on where you are, you're young. Older than a lot of people, including all my kids in my house. but you're younger, but you've accomplished some older things. But I didn't expect that. So now I'm going to look at my notes and say, let's go to my experience. Let's go to my wisdom, the little I have. First things, great relationships, not necessary for a head coach and a quarterback for success. Give you one example. Who's the most decorated, most accomplished quarterback in NFL history? Tom Brady. His relationship with Bill Belichick. Let's look at it in totality, and as you said, let's bring it and make it narrow and look at it since 2014 when all the reports started to come out and Jimmy G was drafted. In totality, that wasn't a great relationship. Matter of fact, somebody sent a clip that I retweeted, everybody want to check on Twitter, of me head bumping Tom Brady at the end of a game. I don't know what the hell I said, probably like I'm jealous, but the point is I played against Tom Brady. That wasn't a great relationship. That was a pick number 199 trying to be quiet and learn and grow his way into who he became the GOAT. But he suppressed a lot. You want to know how we know that? Because now, as soon as he left Bill Belichick and the Patriots, Tom Brady's on Howard Stern. Tom Brady is living a life. Tom Brady even said, I'm never going back there. Okay, so that relationship, whatever you want to say in totality, wasn't great. And certainly since 2014, it wasn't great. And what did they do? They went to 9 Super Bowls. Since 2014, they went to 3 Super Bowls. This whole, I need to be buddies with my coach. Okay, look at the top. They weren't buddies. Let's go into my take, though. This is interesting because I didn't have a problem with it, but I knew people would have a problem with it. It reminds me of my boy, Jason Whitlock, who used to be here right before. Yeah, I said, see, people don't know me in this business. I say what I feel, and then y'all got to figure it out. Whitlock would have a take with a nugget that you couldn't deny. That was real, true, whatever you want to say. And then it'd be an aftertaste of some seasoned salt. You're like, damn, boy, that thing's spicy. Give me some water. And that's what this felt like. I knew what Dick Vermeil was saying because I know the NFL and its history. Dick Vermeil said this in 2004. You remember Larry Johnson? Oh, he was hard to tackle. Larry Johnson. He told Larry Johnson, I quote, take the diapers off, because Larry Johnson wasn't what he expected. And Larry Johnson went on to be exactly what he expected. So you can say, is that wisdom from an old man or not? But the point of it is, I knew the response would either be like yours, hate, or people would take it into a different context. But to me, it was just Dick Vermeil being Dick Vermeil. Maybe he went to the well when we've changed the water of that well. Or maybe that well is dry now because these are sensitive times. But I caution everybody, because these are sensitive times, are people just being too sensitive? Because there is a balancing act, right? Good. You know, you can't get caught up in how you feel, in your own feelings, as the kids say, and think that that's how the world feels.
That's good. I like that take. Let's go to war.
Let's go to war.
The issue at hand is this. We only showed a portion of the Dick Vermeil quote, but just moments later, Dick Vermeil goes on to say, it's your job to get better as a player, and it's their job, and you should listen to management.
Okay.
I have a huge issue with that, and that's not a matter of sensitivity.
Okay.
Think of what management, Deshaun Watson's management, has told Deshaun Watson and the NFL at large in the past. You can't let the inmates run the prison.
Yeah, that's real.
So, Dick Vermeil, if you telling Deshaun Watson to listen to management, but Deshaun Watson's own management has previously said within the last 4 years, you can't let inmates run the prison, then management has referred to Deshaun Watson as an inmate, and management has referred to the National Football League as prison. So if I'm Dick Vermeil talking to Deshaun Watson saying, hey, you become a better football player and listen to management, I'm Deshaun thinking to myself, wait a second, last time I listened to management, they said I was an inmate. Furthermore, I've become a better football player, sir. This year, my highest completion percentage while also throwing for the most yards. Typically counterintuitive. The more you throw, the less your completion percentage usually is because you're forcing things. Highest completion percentage, most yards. I got better. This year, I've thrown for the most touchdown passes of my career. I got better. This year, while throwing for the most touchdown passes of my career, I've thrown for the fewest interceptions of my career. So I'm a top 5 quarterback. What y'all as far as management? So I'm doing my job as a player, and I'm trying to help you do yours. I'm not sacrificing my job to do your job. I'm completely, fully, and thoroughly doing my job as Deshaun Watson, and you all are negating doing your job as management. So I'm fully doing mine. I'm trying to help you out. And for me, it's really that simple. I'm not costing me. Let me ball and do my thing, but let me help y'all out since y'all can't do your job either. So let me go here. Now I'm getting.
Is he going to do his job better if he does someone else's job, even if they're not doing their job as well?
Great question. In the event their job plays into his, absolutely. Sal, you get on this show each and every day and you work with a producer to develop your takes like I do. You work with a statistician to develop your takes like I do. You work with different people to develop your takes like I do. In the event you're like, you know what? Let me just look up the stats.
Hell no. I've been there. I left there.
We both have. But in the event, it's like, you know what? I don't trust you to look up my stats because when you're looking up my stats, you miss a thing or two. So I'm going to do your job along with doing my job because doing your job actually helps me do my job better. That's all Deshaun Watson is doing. He's not saying I can't play quarterback, but he's saying, hey, helping management will help me play quarterback better. I'm a great quarterback. Let me help you since y'all know what the heck you're doing.
Is this the same Deshaun Watson who said, please let me be involved with the process but not make the decision? That same dude?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Now he's saying it with his chest. I love Deshaun Watson. I hope he likes me a little. I don't know, because these takes could come out different ways depending on how you feel. But, bruh, just keep balling. It works itself out.
Does it?
Well, I'm not talking about he's going to win a Super Bowl. You can have the perfect situation, like Dan Marino kind of did. Remember Duper and Clayton and Dan Marino and doesn't always work out, even if everything works for you. Here's the thing. I think y'all need to cut this old man some slack.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Why, Marcellus?
Because he's 84 on social media and TMZ pushing wine. Guess what? He is a fish out of water right now. He didn't know what the hell was going on, but Acho is going to grab it and find that seasoning and just start gnawing at this, and then there's going to be an aftertaste. I'm going to give you what I think is happening right here, because I love working with you because of our age disparity in part. This is what I call OPS. Now, you know sports, so that immediately your mind goes to baseball, right? No, let's not talk baseball. Let's talk old people syndrome. Now, everyone has it in their family, somebody that's old, who has lived more life than they're going to live going forward.
Correct.
And they all don't give a damn. They don't care what comes out their mouth. They're not looking at the changing times and sensitive 2020 and 2021. They're just like, look, I'm going to just tell you like it is, and you take it where you want to take it. This man basically went out there and said, he needs to grow up. He needs to know that there are boundaries. He needs to know that what he can do is all he needs to focus on and control. He said that in a weird way, kind of like this summer. Do you remember when Bruce Arians, who's 68 years old, one of the oldest coaches in the league, went out there talking about the protests? He was like, well, I'm more about action than protest, but hey, go protest. Ain't nothing gonna change. He literally said, nothing's gonna change. Nothing has changed since 1968. Now, you could take that a lot of ways, but in your group text, because that's the most honest place we have left in America. In your group text, Everybody kind of was like, that's kind of funny. You know why? Ain't much changed since 1968, even though things have changed. My point is, damn, let the old man be, man. He's in a different world. He's on social media, and he don't know what the hell we're going to do.
I respect it. All I'm going to say is this. I understand that might have been an old man take.
That was an old man take.
Old man takes, if young people digest it, they become young man takes. So it's just my fault. It's my job to make sure we knock off these old man takes, because there's been a lot of old man takes, not just sports related.
I'm guilty too. I love old man. That's all I got. And they on my head right now for some of the takes I got. I'm an old ass man. I'm going to tell you like I take it, like I feel it. Y'all need to shut up, youngsters.